I didn't leave the house that day. I couldn't. Every time I tried to put on my shoes or grab my keys, something stopped me, a tight feeling in my chest, like if I stepped outside, something bad would follow me back in. I kept checking the photo, first once an hour, then every few minutes. It still showed the same thing. The girl in the dirt, her mouth open, her eyes too wide, and that paper nailed to the cross in the background. She's not the only one. I stared at those words until they didn't look like words anymore. Around 11 a.m., I got up the nerve to look up her name online, the girl from the hanging. I knew her first name was Mariah. I'd seen it on the prison news segment when she was sentenced, Mariah Torres. That was about a year ago. I found the article. Woman convicted in gruesome basement murder found dead by hanging. Same photo as the one I'd seen before. Courtroom sketch. Mariah looking blank. No smile. No tears. Just a face like stone. It said she killed her foster sister. Said they found the body in the basement. Said Mariah confessed. But what stood out this time was a quote from the judge. The most unsettling thing about this case, Judge Reynolds said, was the silence. No reason, no emotion. It's like she was already dead. Already dead. Those words hit different now. I scrolled further down. The article had comments, old ones. Most were angry. Some were confused. One said something that made me sit up straight. This isn't the first time a girl disappeared in that neighborhood. I clicked the profile. It was deleted, but I wrote the comment down in my notebook, just in case. At around 2 p.m., I finally opened the window. I needed air. The world outside looked normal. Cars drove by. A woman pushed a stroller. A delivery guy dropped off a package next door. And then I heard something. A whisper. It was so soft I almost didn't catch it. Eli? I turned around fast, expecting to see someone behind me. Nobody was there. The voice came again, from outside this time. I stuck my head out the window. The street was empty now, except for one thing. A box, sitting right in the middle of my driveway. I didn't see who left it. Didn't hear a truck. Didn't see a shadow. Just the box, like it had been dropped by air. I went out to it. It wasn't sealed, just closed with the top flaps tucked in. I opened it slowly, expecting something awful, but inside, there was only a doll. A ragged old cloth doll, hand-stitched, one button eye missing, mouth sewn shut with red thread. My stomach turned. Taped to its chest was a note, same handwriting as the paper in the photo. It said, she was the first. I brought it inside, though every bone in my body told me not to. I laid it on the table next to the photo. I stared at them both for a long time. What did it mean? She was the first? I remembered what the man in black had said. You're starting to understand. She's not done yet. She's digging her way back. Back from where? And who were the others? I couldn't stop pacing. I kept going back and forth between the front door and the table. At one point, I noticed something strange about the doll. The stitching on its hand looked newer than the rest of it. I pulled at the thread and found it was hiding something inside the arm. A folded up photograph. I carefully slid it out. It was another girl, younger than Mariah, maybe 11 or 12. Same burial pose. But this one was in a different place. Not the woods. A field maybe. Wide open. A scarecrow in the distance. Her eyes were closed. Her skin was bruised. She had a locket around her neck with a small letter C on it. I turned the photo over. On the back, someone had scribbled in red marker, "You saw her too." I dropped it like it burned. Saw her too? What did that mean? I sat down and tried to remember. I didn't know anyone like her. Didn't remember seeing anyone who looked like that. But something was itching at the edge of my memory. Something buried, just like the girl. A flash. A hospital room. flashing lights, my mother crying. A name being yelled down the hallway. Callie! That was it. Callie. She was my neighbour when I was 7. We played together. She wore a locket with a C. One day she disappeared. They never found her. My parents told me she moved away, but she didn't. I looked at the photo again. My hands shook. It was her, buried, just like Mariah. Just like the man said, she's not the only one. That night, I didn't sleep. I locked every window, closed every curtain, kept the bat by my side. But I couldn't shake the feeling that someone or something was coming. Not just for me, but for all of us who had forgotten. All of us who saw things when we were kids and were told to shut up, told to grow up, told it was just imagination. What if we were never meant to forget? What if they're all still out there, digging their way back?